Thank you, Commissioner.
Okay. And then one last question from me, and it may be that I missed it. You or another witness, but I think it's you. You've given us a list of the officers that underwent the polygraph test. Remember, from your previous evidence, you did say that you requested your superior to subject your subordinates. We know from Brigadier Nyuswa that he wasn't subjected to a polygraph test. And the list that you've given us doesn't contain his name either. And he was asked a question in the same way that we asked you in January. He was asked, why didn't you undergo a polygraph test? And he said, well, I don't know, ask my superior, effectively. That's what he said. I don't ask for a polygraph test, but if I had been told to go for a polygraph test, I would have done so. It's my superior's decision. What is the reason that you didn't include him in the list of people to undergo a polygraph test?
Commissioner, I must say it was an oversight on my side because he's the one who gave me the name list of the people. And I never realized it's not part of it. Remember, they fall under his direct supervision, all these people. I think that is an oversight on my side, not to check where are you here. Yes, Commissioner.
One last question. I just remembered it, sorry. When Colonel Jacob testified, and I think it was about the polygraph, again, the polygraph test, he explained that, and he had left me with the impression until I saw your list of people that underwent the polygraph. He had left me, and maybe I misunderstood his evidence, with the impression that Warrant Officer Mpangase did not undergo a polygraph because he resigned. In fact, he didn't use the word resigned. He said it was widely known that Mpangase had put in a request already for early retirement. I think he said early retirement. Yes, he was telling everybody in the office. Did you ever become aware of that?
What I'm aware of, Warrant Officer Mpangase resigned from the police.
Yes.
But I think during the process of us engaging in the issue of the list of members that must undergo the polygraphy, he has already resigned from the police.
Yes.
He was no more a member. Remember,
no, he does undergo the polygraph test. He does. You had him in the list. According to this list, you had him in the list,
okay,
and he was examined. In fact, the documents that you have given us, they say he failed the test. But I'm more interested in the circumstances of him leaving, because Colonel Jacob presented it as anyway he was on the way out because he's retiring. And your request for people to go for a polygraph, the document that you've given us, that list, I think it's dated the 23rd or thereabouts of November, and then you have a note, a handwritten note that Mpangase has tendered his resignation with immediate effect or effective the 1st of December. You remember that note? That's how it happened.
I remember that there were two lists, Commissioner, but thank you for reminding me that Mpangase was part and parcel of that, because it's a long time ago.
Yes.
But I know there were two lists that I've signed and sent for the application. But I didn't know the outcome of the polygraph test.
Okay.
Who passed, who didn't pass, it was never brought under my attention.
But you confirm that his departure was as a result of resignation, not retirement, because Jacob said he was retiring.
According to my information,
yes,
he resigned.
Okay. All right.
Commissioner.
Thank you, General. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
General, very quickly, can we just complete the issue of the break-in in October? And I'm doing this because Brigadier Nyuswa gave evidence. Remember, he has a statement, and then in the course of our asking him questions, he said certain things. And I believe you watched his testimony. You probably know what he said. But I want to start with, you say when the suspected cocaine was taken to Port Shepstone and stored there, you believe that it was safe, the office where the suspected cocaine was stored. So in June, your belief was that it was safe to store them there?
Correct, Commissioner.
Yes. Now, in October, when the break-in happens, did your view change?
Not really, but we indicated that this investigation must be expedited. The reason was that the way the report came out to me is that it was homeless people. It's a stone that was utilized on the kitchen window.
So they never gained access
No.
through the window?
There was no access
Okay.
gained,
And
Commissioner.
then Brigadier Nyusa says, for the first time, Colonel Prinsloo voiced concerns about the safety of the suspected cocaine exhibits in the storeroom. So it is Prinsloo who raised the issue with Brigadier Nyusa. Brigadier Nyusa says he then raised the issue with you. So I want to know, when the issue was raised with you, what did you do about it? Because you're now told that there's a concern that this cocaine is not safe where it is stored, or at least there are concerns about its safety.
Commissioners, it was never raised with me, these concerns of Lieutenant Colonel Prinsloo. Even in his statements, Lieutenant Colonel Prinsloo, there are 3 that he made. He never raised that with me. Brigadier Nyusa never raised it with me. There is a statement that we have attached here that he made immediately after the incident. The only thing he raised with me was this break-in. I was informed by him, and he gave me the report that came from Colonel Prinsloo about the October break-in. And I believe that I gave them a leeway of a bit independence in their sections, because you can't micromanage your senior managers. These brigadiers, there are 5 under my supervision and 1 colonel. So you can't micromanage these people. You will have a problem sometimes when you have to deal with performance.
So your short answer is Brigadier Nyusa did not raise the issue?
It never raised with me, Commissioner.
I don't know if Chair is going to raise this. Earlier today, you wanted to refer to the photos, but you were told that we're still coming to that. I don't know if you still want that opportunity or you are content with the answers you have given. Remember, you wanted to...
With specific reference to the safe.
Yeah, I wanted them to flag these photos of the grinding. But I think in the process, I managed to address that it is insane for a person to open the safe with the key and come and grind double. That I wanted to show, if they can display me the picture here. I wanted to indicate to the commissioners, because now the people of the country believe I stole the drugs, and I didn't. And I didn't participate directly or indirectly in the theft of these drugs. And I'm burning inside, because people came here and testified, commissioners, that they know who. If I was part of the investigation, I know I can bet with my life I would have arrested by now, knowing myself.
While they are putting them up, it's not so insane, and I'm raising this simply as a possibility. I'm not suggesting that this is what in fact happened. It's not so insane if what you are trying to do is to stage a theft. And I'm raising this with you because I'm sure you will remember that Brigadier Nyusa in his statement said he suspected that the whole thing was staged. I'm sure you saw that. So I'm only raising it in that context and to give you, to be fair to you, the opportunity to respond to that. I mean, I was not there, so I'm not going to suggest that it happened this way or that way. But there are many possibilities.
Hence, I'm asking the commissioners, let's display the photos. Let me respond while the photos are here. Because I still believe it is insane. You see, when you look at the ground on the floor.
Apologies, General. May I just place them on record?
Yes.
For purpose of the transcript. These appear from page 42 of your supplementary statement to page 51.
Thank you. The commissioners in January, they were having black and white photos, and then I displayed color photos. Can I stand up, Commissioner?
Except you can't speak away from the mic.
Sorry.
I will come back. I will come back and speak.
Yeah, as long as you are not going to speak whilst you are there, because this just might not
I want
capture.
to point certain things,
It
then I'll
just
come back.
might not capture your voice.
Okay. Commissioners, hence I still stand by my point that it is insane. When you look at that door, you can see, even if when they zoom it, that the cutting is from outside. And you can see that if a person was having a key, let's say, for argument's sake, it's me who going there to steal, I'm having a key. I will open and take whatever I want to take and leave. I never staged this thing. And I don't believe this is a staged thing. Hardened criminals came and stole this cocaine. They grinded this thing there on top, they ground it at the bottom, and then go back to the first one. Yeah, look, on the floor there next to that thing that looks like a chair is a mechanism that was there, the locking mechanism. Also here, these are the mechanisms of the locking system of the safe, the way I observe it when I visited the crime scene, commissioners. And from where I'm sitting, there's no way that a person will stage a thing and come and open, and then you are listening to the owner of the building when he tells you this thing cannot be breached. This safe,
not of the building, of the safe.
Owner of the building.
Oh, it's the building.
It's the owner of the building.
The building.
Commissioner.
I'm sorry, that's true. That's true. That's correct.
This safe has got a serial number. Number one. This safe has got the SAPS approval. Now, the investigators, I expected that by now they shall have received an expert report that will either confirm or dispute what Brigadier Nuso was coming to say here. You can't just by a naked eye come and say this thing was staged, he was surprised. This is a 20 milliliter thickness of a steel.
Millimeter.
Yes, millimeter. Thank you, Commissioner. So, from where I'm sitting, when I got out of the college, I never worked uniform branch. I was an investigator. And in my CV, I depicted my trainings. This is a real crime scene. They broke and grinded this thing. And it is somebody who is an expert in the safe cutting. It's not an ordinary person that you can come with grinders and then you grind. It's somebody who's got knowledge on how to come and cut. Look at the thickness. Hence, earlier, you asked me, why are you talking about the sound, the noise and everything? I was trying to bring into perspective that you want to risk to be arrested and everything and so forth, whereas you have a key. No, this was never staged. The people who came here and say they believe it was staged or it was done by design, I totally disagree with them. This is a crime scene. This is the locking mechanism. This safe was grinded open. It was never opened by a key. I conclude.
May I pose a question, General? Looking at the series of photographs, what specifically tells us that the grinding happened with the door closed and locked as opposed to the door open?
Correct.
What tells us that, looking at the pictures? And I ask because if we go to the
Go to the first picture.
If we go to the first, the same outcome could be achieved with the door closed or open. Is that not the case? Because what you are saying would seem to suggest that you can't achieve that outcome with the door open. You can only achieve it with the door closed.
Allow me to say, to use this word, for lack of a better word, to use this word, for lack of a better word, an imbecile will do these things after he opened the safe with the key. Only an imbecile.
I accept that, but I thought looking at the pictures, what tells the commission that this was done with the door closed and locked and definitely not open? Is there anything in particular?
It's true, they did this thing while the door was closed and locked. When I inspected after the crime scene managers and everything have done everything, when we go back with General Musikili, I think she came a day after. You'll realize when you look inside there, after grinding this thing, that mechanism was also cut. And then you will be able to push those things so that the hinges, not hinges, there is this, Commissioner? The ledge, thank you, that protrude from the door to the hall was removed after these things were cut. You will be able to open it once you have cut this thing. It's not the key that was utilized here. I want to categorically state that, Commissioners, it is not a key. And I was never involved in the so-called staging of this crime scene. I am a police officer, I took an oath, and then I'm also willing that these people must be arrested. They came here, certain people, to testify before you, Commissioners, and say they have a list of people who committed these things. Why are we not told about those lists? The investigators that were appointed after this commission has given a first report. Why are they not probing this thing and ensuring that these people are arrested so that we can get closure to this? Now I'm here sitting, explaining these things. If they do their due diligence, whoever says somebody came to the province and informed the management, I don't know who and when, but it is not me who was informed about that list of the suspect. I don't know them. And then the issue, the narrative of that, these suspects are linked to management, not me. I vehemently deny that I am linked to the suspect. I don't even know who they are. I don't know why are they drawing that narrative that they are linked to management. And who are they referring to when they say management? One witness, Commissioner Kumalo, tried to poke him, and then he said, I can't say that it will eventually outcome. So, Commissioners, my heart is still bleeding with this theft. I want to see a closure here. The way this thing happened is like I've lost a son or a child. If you lose a child, it's not an easy thing to close. This happened under my watch. It's a sore that is not yet healed. It's still bleeding till today. And I'm praying day and night that the people who are responsible must be brought to book.
And this is just a comment really, at the very least, and this is from your evidence in January and today, but also the evidence of all the other members who were involved, who have expressed the view, as you have done in January, that, and I paraphrase, this is an inside job, as in information having been shared, right? I mean, it seems to me it's a fair comment to say the trust-based working relationship seems to be terribly misplaced, at least within the people that you've been working with on this, that everything that was done on the basis of trust, because you clearly are suspicious of each other, right? Others are saying these people are linked to senior management. Ask senior management. The landlord said the door cannot be breached. You have said to us previously that information came from inside. You suspect it came from inside. So it sounds like your working environment is an environment of distrust, basically. Everybody distrusts everyone. That's it. That's a fair submission.
Commissioner, is a fair submission based on what transpired here on this matter, because an outsider will never know the layout of those offices. A person who knows that place properly so will know that if you come in here, you will fall here, and you come in here, you will fall in here. I don't have evidence, but I'm saying it's an inside job. Somebody sold the information. When these people are arrested, they must be asked, who gave you this job?
Okay.
So that we can get closure.
Thank you, General.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Chair, before you close, I think, in fairness to General Senona, Commissioner Baloyi engaged him about the SAP 13, the Port Shepstone SAP 13 entry. We are going to flight it. For the record, it's CJC 258 in the exhibits. We don't need to go there. I just want to highlight one thing. General Senona had said, in his understanding, they were booked into Port Shepstone SAP 13 and booked out. And Commissioner Baloyi had a different understanding. Now we'll scroll to the end of that SAP 13. Yeah, and in yellow, just enlarge. There is an entry there under 6.1, you see, General?
Yes.
It's got the date of 24/06/2021, items 3.1 to 3.31. And if we go back, it's all those, the bags, you see? Taken for investigation and signed by Warrant Officer Bangase. So your understanding was correct that they were also booked in and booked out in the Port Shepstone SAP 13 register. You see that?
I see the signature of Warrant Officer Mpangas on
Yes.
6.3.
The complication here, of course, that arises is that now they are retained somewhere except in an authorized space. Because firstly, they are said to be taken for investigation, which did not happen. And secondly, they are stored elsewhere other than a police station under the control of an SAP clerk. That's the comment I make.
Thank you, SC.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, General. You are excused.
Confirm, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Oh, God. Too late in the day, Mr. Mpo, for 2 minutes past 7. Apologies. Do you wish to re-examine?
Just if you can just give me 1 second.